Solve the system of linear equations and check any solutions algebraically. 4c minus 5b plus 15a equals -1. Negative 5c plus 15b minus 35a equals 5. 15c minus 35b plus 99a equals -17. First, switch the places of the first and second equation. Now, to solve, you must first eliminate some of the variables until you have an equation with one variable. You can make the coefficient of c in the first equation equal to 1, then you will be able to multiply that equation by -4 and add it to the second equation to eliminate the c term in the second equation. Then, you can multiply the first equation by -15 and add it to the third equation to eliminate the c term in the third equation. So to walk through it, first multiply the first equation by -1/5. Now the coefficient of the c term in the first equation is 1. You are going to keep the first equation as c minus 3b plus 7a equals -1. You will only modify it to modify the other equations. So multiply the first equation by -4, and now the coefficients of c in the first and second equation are equal and opposite. So add the first and second equation and replace the second equation with the sum. The sum of the first and second equation is 7b minus 13a equals -1. You can return the first equation to c minus 3b plus 7a equals -1. Now, eliminate the c term in the third equation. So multiply the first equation by -15, and now the coefficient of the c terms in the first and third equation are equal and opposite. So add the first and third equation and replace the third equation with the sum. The sum of the first and third equation is 10b minus 6a equals -17. Again, return the first equation to c minus 3b plus 7a equals -1. Now, if you eliminate a variable in the second or third equation, you will be left with an equation with one variable. So eliminate the b term in the third equation. So make the coefficient of the b term in the second equation equal to 1 by multiplying the second equation by 1/7. Next, make the coefficients of the b terms in the second and third equation equal and opposite by multiplying the second equation by -10. Now, add the second and third equation and replace the third equation with the sum. The sum is 88/7 times a equals -44/7. You can return the second equation to its previous form, b minus 13/7 times a equals -1/7. Because the third equation has one variable, you can use it to solve for the value of a. You find a is equal to -1/2. Next, solve for b by using the second equation. Substitute -1/2 for a and simplify. You find that b is equal to -1/2. Next, substitute -1/2 for a in equation 3 and substitute -1/2 for b in equation 3. Simplify and you find c is equal to 1. Therefore, the solution is -1/2, -1/2, 1.